Was it hard to reconcile with your decision after the fight that you would never go boxing again? And when you look back on it, why was that decision the right thing to do?
First of all, you're trying to say that you think that I retired too early because all this money is being paid now.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but yes.
No, I believe that I made a wise decision. I think that I think that I had proved to the world that, I had nothing really to accomplish anymore. I had the opportunity of fighting all the best fighters in the world and giving them the opportunity to dethrone me. And to be able to walk away from the game was something that you really love. This was my heart. The boxing, I walked it, talked it, sleep it, and I just tried not to look at it. But other than that, I think I made a wise decision.
Why do you think it's difficult for a lot of other fighters? It seems to let go of the ghost. They can't do that. Why are you able to, in your estimation, that some others can't?
Well, basically, I think that you realize that you have to go on. Life goes on, and I think that you have to find something that interests you after you finish the boxing game. I think that a lot of fighters, that's the only thing that they know. So they're stuck basically with their boxing because they don't know anything else.
Do you draw a correlation between acting and competing in the ring? You're performing, right?
Right. What I like about it is that, it's not real. At least when you get punched, man, it's not real. And the fun part is even when you die, you can come back. So it's a lot of fun, I have a good time acting because I'm like a little kid in a candy store, when you're acting and everything. And just trying to remember your lines is probably the toughest part. But other than that, man, it's a lot of fun.
How many times have you died?
Well, only one time, but I died 2 times in one day. I couldn't believe that.
Have you studied acting? With some people, there's derivative of the method and so forth. So many people teach
I
it.
think basically what that happened by me working with other, like the PSAs and doing the Pizza Hut and doing the Pepsi Colas and whatever like that. All that stuff that kind of led to me figuring that I wanted to become an actor. Well, my manager also told me too. He said, "I think you're going to be a damn good actor." I said, "Well, we hope so. At least it's better than getting punched, right?"
Absolutely.
Marvin, actually for me, well, it's 22 songs, the best ever. Do you think it's the best ever?
It's a big statement. I think that really is too early to tell. I think when you talk like that, it's after when the fighter finishes their career, then you can determine whether or not they were great, good, or one of the best. That's how I feel. So it's too early right now for me to say.
Today, who do you think is the best ever today?
Today, there's so many young fighters that's out there that's got a lot of talent, but we, like myself, we was in a different era, but I'm quite sure that it's difficult for a lot of the younger fighters too that's coming up today, And I still keep my fingers somewhere inside of the game, but I really don't know that much about them. I believe that I see the fights today, I think that they lack in a couple of things, basically like the discipline, and the real hard training, and so, I see a lot of people that's not like myself, where, we think about boxing 24 hours a day, so that was a big difference what I see in some of the fighters.
So when you see Manny Pacquiao on Jimmy Kimmel show the week before a huge fight, does that bother you? Because he's not as focused perhaps as you and Tommy, Ray, and Brandon, and Dave Carson,
Well, it's the same thing like what you're saying now too. Today, these fighters can pick who they want to fight. And before, we couldn't pick who we wanted to fight. They would just say, "You're fighting this guy," and that was it. You just had to get ready for that guy, You can't say, "I don't want to fight him." It was just that you had to fight him. And with me, on my story, it was that I had to fight all the #1 contenders. Every time I turn around, there's another #1. There's another #1. Or either they're going to strip you the title or whatever. Always threats, So it was a big thing. But it all worked out in the best for me in the long run, because each fight I felt as though that I was getting better and better and better, you know, and fighting tougher and tougher and tougher.